Greetings. I want to thank any new subscribers. I want to thank you guys. I do it on every single video. I want to say thank you for being a friend to this channel by commenting, subscribing, watching, receiving my notifications, and just supporting this channel in any way. I'm about to make some pepper chicken. That's right, pepper chicken. Everybody's heard of pepper steak. I am doing pepper chicken, which is basically chicken tenderloins, which are the best part of the chicken. For me, that's my opinion, just my opinion. Besides the chicken wings and the chicken thighs and the drums, I love chicken tenderloins. They are so tender, even more tender than just if you had like a breast. I love wings, I love thighs, I love drums. I really love tenderloins. So I'm going to be using that, some red and green pepper, some onion, and some kind of, oyster sauce and stir-fry sauce. It's going to be really simple with some brown rice. Make it a little bit healthier. This dish is healthy. It is delicious. It is tasty. It is flavorful. By no means am I saying this is authentic Asian, but if you are craving some Asian at home, this is one of those dishes that you might like to make. I do also have a hood lo mein recipe up. And I also have some stir fries that are coming up. Shrimp stir fries, beef stir fries, combination, happy family type Asian stir fries. So hopefully you guys will check them out. But for now, I've got some frozen egg rolls. I'm working on egg roll recipes. I did make some homemade egg rolls, but I don't know what I was doing. They didn't come out that great. So I scratched that, and I'm like, let me go back. So I do have some really delicious frozen egg rolls to have with this pepper chicken. All right, guys, I hope everybody's doing okay. And let's get into this easy, one pan, fast, healthy, flavorful Asian chicken recipe. Sorry, that's my microphone. I was holding it because I didn't want to have it clipped to my top. Not that anybody cares, but anyway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it comes, y'all. Stick around. Yeah, I'm getting ready to do this pepper chicken. Y'all see I got my peppers up there, green pepper, red pepper, an onion, some chicken tenderloins, a little bit of vegetable oil is going to go down in the pan with the onion as it sautés. I have some oyster sauce, and I have some stir fry sauce right over there, and also a little onion powder. I usually will do some garlic and ginger, but this is not a garlic ginger stir fry. And I also did a stir fry already that has garlic and ginger in it, so I'm not adding any garlic and ginger to this. I'm doing a classic pepper steak type stir fry pepper steak type meal, but it's just going to be chicken and peppers instead of steak and peppers. And you can substitute the steak, shrimp, any kind of meat that you want. You can mix meats. You can have shrimp and chicken. You can have this and that. It really doesn't matter. However, this recipe that I am doing right now is pepper chicken. So let's get into it. I'm going to chop my onion, get a little of my oil down in my pan, and when I come back, you're going to see a little bit of action starting. So my onions are going. It smells so good. I usually do not show chopping, peppers and onions and all that. Somebody sent me a message saying that on Facebook saying that they love to see, you know, peppers and onions and things like that and vegetables being chopped. So, you know what? I'm going to give the people what they want. In fact, the person said that watching hands chopping vegetables gets them excited. So I was like, well, you know, one time or for a few times I will show something being chopped. I feel as though people don't have to always see things being chopped, but sometimes they do. I don't know if that's this is one of those times where you need to see something being chopped, but guess what? For that person, and actually it was more than one person that said it, for those people who like to see things being chopped and get excited with a cutting board and a knife, this one's for you. Okay? So my peppers are chopped. That's good to go. And I have my chicken that has been cleaned off, patted dry. I don't care what they say, I always wash my chicken off. I wash everything off, vegetables, fruit, everything. So I'm just going to cut this chicken. And, you know, family, when you are cutting, please be careful. People say, oh, who doesn't know to be careful cutting things? You would be surprised at the amount of people who are, chefs, actual chefs, who are involved in cutting accidents in the kitchen where I need to sharpen that other knife. Cutting accidents where they actually lose a digit, lose a finger. So I always stress to, you know, sometimes you'll be talking, you'll be cutting something real fast or doing something else, and before you know it, you have cut yourself. So there's a little piece of fat on there that I'm gonna clean off this chicken. And doesn't have to be cut. Cut it however you want, but you don't have to do, you know, super bite-sized pieces. Just cut it in the pieces that you want for you and your family. Maybe, you know, you might want it in really small pieces. You might want it in strips. Do you? Always make sure when you are fooling with chicken or any kind of raw meat, but especially chicken, pork, things like that, that you have some, which I always keep this right here in my sink, which is bleach water with some antibacterial soap. I don't play when it comes to disinfecting. People are not going to get sick at my house eating my food. And believe me, I have been to enough friends and families' houses where I have actually got sick at their house after eating their food. So I just stirred that onion. That onion is getting nice. My peppers are cut. And I'm just going to, because, you know, everything has salt in it. The oyster sauce, the stir-fry sauce has salt. So I'm not doing a whole bunch of salt on my chicken. In fact, for my chicken, I'm not salting it at all. However, I am going to put some, and I know this is a little unorthodox, garlic and herb dash salt-free on there. However, if you have no issues with salt, season your chicken with salt and pepper. So that's what I did for my chicken. Season it generously with this salt-free garlic and herb Mrs. Dash, which adds tremendous flavor. Alright, so, and there go the damn dirt bikes. I don't know if you can hear them. It is going on 12 midnight. And I sometimes cook into the wee hours of the morning. Some days I don't cook. Sometimes days will pass, a day or two will pass and I don't cook. Sometimes I'll cook almost, into the wee hours of the morning. Sometimes I'm finished in the afternoon. It all depends. But these dirt bikes, all you hear are dirt bikes from the time you wake up. Here in Baltimore to the time you go to bed. Alright, so I'm going to spray a little bit of, I'm not using a whole lot of oil. Y'all know that I do not use a whole bunch of salt, oil, sugar, and all of that. But I just sprayed a little cooking spray in there. So let's crank this heat up. I meant to crank this heat up. Let's get the chicken in. Alright, so we're going to saute this chicken. I might cut it into, smaller pieces. But I'm going to let this chicken go till it gets done. Come back, start adding my peppers and my sauce. Alright, y'all, so this chicken is getting done and looking kind of happy. And I looked at that chicken while I was off camera. I was like, dang, those are some big dough blow pieces of chicken. So I cut the chicken up a little bit more so the pieces were not as big. So I add a little onion powder to my chicken. Do a little more cooking spray. Crank the heat up like that. And let's add these fresh, vibrant, delicious, flavorful peppers. Yeah. Let's do these peppers now. If you need more oil, add it. Like I said, I added about 1.5 tablespoons of oil already to this. So I'm not going to be adding any more oil. I'm trying to keep this dish nice and healthy. Healthier. Alright, so that's moist enough. And where's my top? So put that top over there. Let this go for a few minutes. About 2 to 3 minutes with the top on like this. 2 to 3 minutes. No more, no less. Alright, y'all. This chicken has been hanging out cooking for those 2 to 3 minutes. This chicken is done. We'll turn this heat off for a second. And I'm going to add a little oyster sauce. That's why I didn't put any salt on the chicken or the peppers. Add a little stir-fry sauce because that is plenty of salt. So I'll mix that. A little more of the stir-fry sauce. the heat is off. And what I'm going to do with this is, with these two, the oyster sauce and the stir-fry sauce, it is salty. So I'm going to thin this gravy out a bit with, you could do it with cornstarch and water. I'm going to do it with a little flour and water because I'm out of cornstarch. I don't have it right now. So I'm going to thin this out and then, you know, cook it down, and it's going to be chicken and peppers, so delicious. So I'm going to be using these CPAC shrimp spring rolls to go with my pepper chicken. You can make your own egg rolls if you feel like it. Any type of frozen egg roll will do, and they come in a pack like this. And you also get a sweet chili sauce that is delicious. So I'm just going to heat a couple of these egg rolls up and have that sweet chili sauce and have these with my pepper chicken. Y'all see this? This is nothing but a tablespoon and a half, heaping tablespoon and a half of self-rising flour, I think it's all-purpose flour, and some water. If you have cornstarch, that's even better. Most Asian restaurants, in fact, I think all use cornstarch. But because I always have to be different, and because I don't have any cornstarch, I'm going to be using this flour and water. So start adding just a little bit, and flame is back on my pan. You might have to deglaze with a little bit of water. It's no big deal. So don't add all of the cornstarch or the flour and water. Work it in so you can see if you need some more or what. So I'm gonna do a little bit more for mine. Just a little bit. And yes, I'm making like sort of a gravy style chicken and peppers because I want that gravy, that sauce with my rice. So that chicken is already tender. That's why I use the tenderloins. Turn this heat down to low. And let me see what this is tasting like. Need to be thinned out again. And the rest of this thickener. Let's turn that heat back up high. So when I tasted that just now, for me, it was too salty. For a lot of people, it would not have been too much sodium. Especially if you are used to a lot of salt. I am not used to a lot of salt nowadays because I use so much less of it. So my palate has changed. Even a little bit salt and, in excess a little bit is too much for me since I've put myself on reduced sodium lifestyle. Notice I didn't call it reduced sodium diet. So we'll let that go for a minute. I'm going to taste this. Again, remember this is going to be over rice. So you want it to be a little, you know, salty. Not salty, super salty, but you want it to have some flavor to it with plain rice. Okay, for me, that's good. I want a little less liquid. A little less. So, just a little bit less. And if you make, you know, too much liquid, hey, just, you know, get rid of some of it. I do it all the time with gravies and things like that, so no big deal. Let me clean this pan up a little. Y'all, this is ready for rice. Let it sit for about 10 minutes and it's ready for rice. I'm telling you, it's so good. Alright, y'all, there go that pepper chicken gravy style. Home style meal with some nice brown rice. You know, white rice, brown rice, it really doesn't matter. I'm using plain rice because it helps me cut down on sodium, not fried rice or seasoned rice. But you can make fried rice. I have a shrimp fried rice vlog up that has been up for a month now. And if you leave out the shrimp, you can make a delicious, just a fried rice to go with this home style pepper chicken. The chicken pieces are tender and juicy because we use that chicken tenderloin. You could also use chicken boneless, skinless chicken thigh meat in this recipe. Got nice peppers that are still crisp, tender. And stir fry sauce and oyster sauce. And I use those as the base to make a gravy. And I showed you guys those egg rolls. I have got some spring rolls. They're really not egg rolls, they're spring rolls. I don't know, you can call them egg rolls too, but I have those, some of those in my air fryer heating up. And I have some of that sauce that I showed you from that sauce packet. So it's time to eat. Time to eat dinner. Right now. Alright, here's my plate. You see those big, tender, juicy chunks of chicken and that crisp, tender green and red pepper piled up on that plate. These crispy spring rolls and that delicious sauce. Yum! Look at that. Look at that chicken. Chicken is so tender. Look at that. Pepper is still crisp. Tender and juicy. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. I couldn't wait for this. That tender. Hot spring roll. Tender chicken. Tender. Delicious. Look at that chicken glistening with that home style Asian gravy. Asian style gravy. Mm-mm. Mm. I hope y'all make this. I wish you guys peace and blessings. That Be More Chick out. Until next time with this scrumptious, delicious, healthy, easy, fast, tender, juicy, flavorful, pepper chicken. Until next time, y'all, take care. Look at the chicken. You don't even need a knife. You see that? You don't even need a knife. The chicken is falling apart tender. That's why I said use those tenderloins. Look at that.